This is the Red Sox POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Boston Red Sox, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, there's no hyperbole needed, no exaggeration needed. Garrett Crochet was outstanding on Friday night. Yes, he gives up the home run in the ninth inning to Aaron Judge, but you could say after striking out 6 times against Crochet, Judge was due. The battery gets it done. Crochet outstanding over 8 1/3. Narvaez. Can we start saying potential all-star Carlos Narvaez? He wins it in the bottom half of the 10th inning on a 2-strike, 2-out pitch, and the Red Sox walk off at Fenway against the Yankees. With that, we welcome you to our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast. I'm Steve Lennox, longtime play-by-play announcer and storyteller. I've called games, over 1,000 games in the minors, spent one glorious Saturday in the show calling Padres-Dodgers from Dodger Stadium on ESPN's national radio broadcast. Ellis Burks, to this day, still one of my all-time favorite Boston Red Sox players. We are providing reaction to every Red Sox game on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel, as well as the Locked On Red Sox postcast is available on the Locked On Red Sox podcast feed. You know that, and you know that it's free and available wherever you get your podcasts. Garrett Crochet. Hey, he's got to be happy the team won, because that became a must-win game when Crochet left the game in the ninth inning, tied 1-1. Red Sox do not get it done in the ninth inning, but they do get it done in the 10th. And Aaron Boone, DJ LeMahieu, both tossed in the 10th inning as well. We do want to hear from you, our everydayers and our first-timers on this Friday night. Join the conversation watching live with us on the Locked On Red Sox YouTube channel. First, thank you. Hit that comment button. Join the Sox conversation. You can continue the Red Sox and baseball conversation. Hit me up on X. Give a follow at Lennox on baseball with questions, comments, or concerns. Latest episode of the Locked On Red Sox postcast presented by FanDuel. Right now, new customers to FanDuel can get $200 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. Garrett Crochet. Garrett Crochet. That's what you're talking about right now with the Boston Red Sox. And this week, hey, the Red Sox have won 3 in a row for the first time since late April. Go from Tuesday to Wednesday to Friday with the much-deserved day off in between there, Wednesday and Thursday. And each game better than the next. Defense, 2-out magic, and Garrett Crochet giving you another ace-like performance. It's at this point in time where
This is what you'll be talking about.
I think at this point in time, you can safely say, and again, hyperbole is out the window on this Friday night as the Red Sox take the opener 2-1 against the Yankees in 10. Garrett Crochet has the ability to go out there and win a 1-0 game. Retires the first batter in the ninth inning, Ben Rice. Then Judge got him. And as soon as he hit it and rounded the bases and looked towards the third base dugout, Lou Merloni, first NESN reference, said location. That's what it was. And in that at-bat, you don't pull him. I don't want to hear second-guessing. You got to pull him in that situation. If Rice had reached, maybe they would have. Because at that point, the potential go-ahead run is at home plate. And Judge could end it or put them in front in this instance at Fenway Park, put them in front with one swing of the bat. He tied the game with one swing of the bat. Came to the plate in the ninth inning, representing the tying run. And again, the Red Sox nitpicking here a little bit, want to feel great about a victory, but you've got to come through in situations where you have runners in scoring position. Carlos Narvaez did in the bottom half of the 10th inning. How about Carlos Narvaez in the top of the 10th inning throwing out the runner and would-be base stealer Anthony Volpe at third base? I hate that, but what are you going to do? He wants to move up 90 feet. And I do get it in extra innings. That extra 90 feet for Volpe and the Yankees in the top of the 10th inning, that does mean a lot. Ball gets away, you're a third less than 2 outs. It makes sense in a lot of ways, but cut down. And then LeMahieu, in a bid for an extra base hit down the right field line, it was called foul. Call held. Boone gets tossed. LeMahieu retired by Garrett Whitlock. And then they come back from break on NESN. Dave O'Brien announces, hey, DJ LeMahieu also tossed. It's not on the umpire missed the call if he thinks it's a double, but obviously nothing back in New York at the review center where they could go over and say, okay, yeah, that's a base hit. And they could have put him at second base. But Narvaez cuts down the ghost runner, the Manfred runner, whatever you want to call it, in extra innings, and that was huge. You got to feel good right now. I temper the enthusiasm as always. Cedar Rafaela gets him on the board early on. Rafaela, 2-out magic, RBI base hit against Ryan Yarbrough, who you could have gotten to a little bit more. I give Ryan Yarbrough a ton of credit. Him and Crochet both. They both kind of got batted around last weekend at Yankee Stadium. Red Sox ended up with the win. And Yarbrough gives up just the one run, ends up with a no decision, left the game trailing 1-0. So they took him off the hook with the Judge home run in the 9th inning. But Garrett Crochet striking out Aaron Judge. I don't want to call this an instant classic. If he had finished the game off and struck out Aaron Judge in the 9th inning, that would have gone into Red Sox-Yankees history. 0 for 6 strikeouts. Crochet dominating the matchup so far this season over 2 weekends. And then Judge, you got to tip your cap to him. You do. You just got to tip your cap to him. 26th home run of the season. He does not miss a lot of pitches. And Lou Merloni, again, said location. It was all about the location there. Marcelo Meyer off the bench in a pinch hit roll late. Doesn't come through, strikes out. Okay. But I bring that up to simply bring up the fact that Roman Anthony was in the starting lineup against the lefty. Maybe Meyer gets a start against Carlos Rodon on Saturday. Maybe he comes off the bench again. I'm not even 50-50 on this. You're doing this to win ball games. Put yourself early on in the game to put the 2 right-handed bats in the lineup in Ref Snyder and Romy Gonzalez. And the numbers dictate they need at bats against lefties. And then you protect the 2 young, ultra-talented left-handed bats with those left-handers on the mound. It just so happens that you see Yarbrough, Rodon, and Fried. Now, the Red Sox ace wins game 1, or I should say the Red Sox win when their ace takes the mound in game 1. How is Garrett Crochet still winless at Fenway Park? 0-3 in 7 starts at Fenway. Deserve the win, but the Red Sox, and I think even Dave O'Brien basically said it, they deserve to win this game. And Carlos Narvaez comes through again. He doesn't even take bad swings. Cedar Rafaela drove me a little bit crazy in his last at-bat of the game as he swung at a pitch that was just down. That was in the 9th inning. But okay, again, kind of nitpicking. You left the bases loaded in the 8th inning. Duran was pinch hit for Ref Snyder. Devers, good base hit to left field off the green monster. Meyer pinch hitting for Gonzalez, struck out. Narvaez, a walk. Anthony, a walk. Worked that walk there, and then Story flied out. Then in the 9th inning, you go 1-2-3. Rafaela had an ugly at bat in the 9th inning for the second out. And Hill's a tough, nasty left-hander. He really is. He really is. But maybe you don't see him again until Sunday. And you try to beat Rodon on Saturday. You beat him up pretty good after he was strong in the early innings last weekend at Yankee Stadium against the Red Sox, second time through, third time through. Judge a fourth time through the lineup against Crochet, and he touches him up for the home run. 3-game win streak. 3-game win streak for the Red Sox. Haven't seen that since April. And Crochet, again, outstanding. Most important, the team wins the game. You've won 5 of 6, 6 of 8. You've won game 1 of the series. Not a lot of offense. Plenty of offense last weekend. Are we going to see 3 low-scoring games this weekend at Fenway Park between the Yankees and the Red Sox? It seems possible at this point. But now you've got Dobbins, and then you've got Bayo over the next 2 games. Just keep building on what this rotation is starting to do for the first time this season. You're getting, yes, you went Chapman. Yes, you went Garrett Whitlock out of the bullpen. Yes, high leverage situations. I mean, Chapman comes on and, again, does the job, gets the final 2 outs behind Crochet in that 9th inning to keep it tied 1-1. But if you can start getting this consistently all the way to the All-Star break, you're going to be in good shape. 3-game win streak, a game under 500. Can you get to 500 on Saturday against Carlos Rodon? I think it's possible right now because there's been no stretch this season outside of winning in Baltimore on the back end of that road trip to open up the season. Has this team been able to feel as good as it does about itself right now? And that's important. That can carry over into Saturday. I almost wish Saturday's game was a day game at 1 or 1:35. Get right back out there. but not till 7:15 Saturday night on Fox. And I say this often, and we get to your comments here in just a moment. I say this often. I'm looking forward to the national broadcast. I might put it on WEI radio. Will Fleming, Will Middlebrooks on Saturday. Haven't listened to those guys in a little while. I've had it on with Obi and Sweet Lou Merloni last handful of days. But I want the national perspective now on the Red Sox. It'll be a little bit different from the Fox angle than Aaron Judge and, the love fest that was last Sunday on ESPN Sunday Night Baseball. Red Sox win it. Numbers of the night, we hear from you. You have to be elated. I don't know if it's cautious optimism because this is what we've expected. From Tuesday to Wednesday and taking the final 2 games of the 3-game series against the Rays to playing as complete and fun a game this season. You win it. That's most important. Crochet, deserving of a win, and they showed in the bottom of the 8th inning. He just got a fist bump from Alex Cora. You're going back out there for the 9th inning. I mean, Garrett Crochet throws 5 pitches in the 8th inning. He's still well under 100 going to the 9th. He threw 13 pitches in the 7th, was at 91. Threw 5 pitches in the 8th inning, was at 96 pitches. And he was terrific. His toughest inning was in the 5th when he threw 19 pitches total and was at 64 through 5. Goldschmidt retired a nice play by Trevor Story, who not only is the bat coming along, you want to see, I want to see more extra base hits from Trevor Story, but boy, you can't argue. It's my final point. You cannot argue that Trevor Story does not play a solid, and I mean above average, might be just a tick or two above average, but he plays a solid shortstop defensively for the Red Sox, and they need that as well. Absolutely needs to anchor that infield from the shortstop position. Your comments next. Locked On Red Sox postcast talking about a walk-off winner for Carlos Narvaez and the Red Sox Friday night in the series opener against the New York Yankees. Locked On Red Sox postcast, Locked On Red Sox, your team, your Sox every day. Presented by Trade Coffee. Whether you're gearing up for back-to-back meetings, shuttling kids back and forth to activities, or tackling an endless to-do list, your morning is set up, and that sets it up for the tone for everything that you do. That's why it should start with the perfect cup of coffee, crafted just for you. And with that, we enter Trade. Trade is the #1 coffee destination in the U.S., delivering fresh, incredible coffee from over 50 of the country's top roasters. Whether you're a cold brew fan or a pour-over purist, well, they've got the roast you are going to love. Trade Coffee has a quiz for you, and it's an easy quiz. It's all about you and your coffee and what you like. Trade's quiz, easy, only takes a minute. Take the Trade quiz, and then they're going to match you up with the blend based on your answers that they think is going to be best suited for you. And if the first match is not perfect, Trade is going to replace it for free until they get it just right. With Trade, you're going to love that their prices are comparable to grocery store brands, but the flavor is on a whole different level. Right now, with Trade, exclusive, right now, offering this for customers, 50% off on a 1-month trial at drinktrade.com/lockedonmlb. That's trade.com/lockedonmlb. And with that, 50% off on your 1-month trial. Again, visit them at trade.com. Locked On Red Sox postcast also presented by FanDuel. NBA Finals in full swing. Game 4 tonight in Indianapolis. Pacers attempting to go up 3-1 in the series and the finals against the OKC Thunder. Every night delivered highlight-worthy performances, major momentum shifts, and can't-miss moments. Whether it's a game-winning shot or a breakout player, there's never been a better time to get in on the action. FanDuel makes it easy to stay in the game before tip and live with player props, performance trends, and same-game parlays. Fans have more ways than ever to play smart and win big. If you are new to FanDuel right now, perfect time to set up. Head to FanDuel.com and place your first $5 bet. If it wins, you will receive $200 in bonus bets. Make every moment more. FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. Again, visit FanDuel.com for first-timers. If your first $5 bet wins, you are going to receive $200 in bonus bets. Once again, FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. Great victory for the Sox within a game of 500. 22-9 now on the season when scoring first. Red Sox 5-8 in extra inning games, 5-3 at Fenway Park, and now 8-17. Yes, still 17 one-run losses, but now 8 one-run wins on the season as well. Garrett Crochet, terrific. Again, winless in his first 7 starts at Fenway this season. 9th time this season where Crochet has allowed 0 or 1 run in an outing. In case you're wondering, that's really good. To the comments we go. Who's our leadoff hitter? Red Sox die hard. Red Sox, baby. Hey, feel good about this. And it's, take 2 out of 3 now. You can be greedy and you can think sweep, but you've got Fried on Sunday and an afternoon a game. Bernie checking in. Let's go. Yeah, there you go. Dan, what a great defensive game. So many close calls. Yeah, but they're making these plays now. And it's not about luck. You get an out, you get an out. You don't kick the ball all over the field. You get that out call at third base. Meyer applies the tag. Carlos Narvaez with Jemai Webster on Nesson afterwards caught just a brief snippet of it and basically saying, hey, Meyer knows he's got to get the tag down there. Red Sox die hard. Sox euphoria. That was an absolute classic game to reignite the rivalry. Fenway was electric. Crochet is an absolute stud. I'm wondering right now with Crochet, you've got a couple Thursdays here with off days. So you would be looking at Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. He would go Wednesday in the finale in Seattle. Maybe they push him back somehow, some way. I'm not sure how that would work out, but they give him the off day on Thursday on the road, and then he pitches game 1 next weekend in San Francisco. I think you got to back him off a little bit. And you might see him where Alex Cora says, hey, you're done after 6, 85 to 90 pitches in the next couple of starts. Just kind of giving you, it could certainly be a possibility because he's been high leverage here and up and down 8 times and going into the 9th inning. Was 2 outs away from a shutout, first in the big leagues, 2 outs away from the complete game as well. It's coming, though. I mean, he takes the ball right now. There's no reason not to sit down in front of your TV on a Crochet day or listen on the radio and think Crochet's going the distance tonight. Adam Bob, Narvaez is the man. Wow. I mean, just a great pickup during the offseason. Red Sox die hard. Narv Dog is clutch. Like it. Adam, absolute steal from Breslow getting Narvaez. Hey, Adam, agree to agree. And hey, I can't use my memory here and say I'm steadfast and believe 100% that Adam is the first to give a positive and a tip of the cap and then attaboy to Craig Breslow, but I can probably count on 2 or 3 fingers of the positives for Craig Breslow on the Locked On Red Sox postcast so far this year. It doesn't just come immediately. You don't win the World Series that's played in October and April, May. But just build on it. Between now and the All-Star break, I don't want to come on here and say, well, the Red Sox have dropped 4 or 5. Red Sox are back to 2 games under 500. Don't want to see it. Red Sox die hard. The Ric Flair right there. The captain is FS and All-Star. For sure an All-Star. The captain. Do we have an Aiden? Who's the captain? You got to ask that. Kind of feel embarrassed, but I don't think the Red Sox have. Who are we talking about there, Aiden? George checking in. Awesome game by War Pig and Navi. I feel like it should be Navi in a Boston accent. Bob checking in. Hello, Bob. Crochet and Narvi. Plenty of exclamation points right there. 3 in a row for the first time since late April. It's been a while. It's been way too long. And don't let this just be a 3-game win streak. Adam, can't sweep the Yankees unless you take game 1 and game 2. And again, just like last weekend, I'm looking forward to seeing Hunter Dobbins pitch. And he alluded to it this week. Hey, he had to talk to the media. He did. Things going on I really don't care about. People checked into what his dad's story was and all that stuff. I don't care. Dobbins faced it, didn't ignore it, was in front of cameras, was in front of microphones. He moves on. So yeah, win the first 2 and then go against Max Fried. And again, if you win the first 2 of this, you're going to go to bed Saturday night thinking, hey, we're going to go take care of Fried. Fried had a bump in the road recently. No reason he can't have another one. 6 wins out of 8, George. Yeah. It's where it's going. We got to keep it going from Luis. Hello, Luis. Glad you're checking in. Dan, love it all, but Duran starting in left. Hey, someone's going to have to sit. And it looks like Abreu is going to come back next weekend during the Giants series. By the way, did you see that they moved Roman Anthony between lockers? Bregman, and I forget who the other one was. But yeah, Duran sits, and I don't have a problem with that. Duran last year all season long was 162. No, not anymore. No, you can take a couple of days because there were a couple spells in the second half after the All-Star break in July and August where his bat was slow through the zone. I have no problem with, hey, he had an off day yesterday, you give him 2 days off his feet. He's going to be back there. He's going to be in the lineup. Got in the lineup as a pinch hitter, struck out. Then came in defensively. But I'm glad Roman Anthony got an opportunity against a lefty. It's not steadfast that the two rookies, Meyer and Roman Anthony, are going to be out against every left-handed starter. But you know what? When you're in there against a lefty, you've got to show that, you know, even if it's a base knock, hard hit contact, productive outs, long at bats, not, down in 3 or 4 pitches, make the lefty work. Show that you can see the ball, track the ball, put the ball in play, hard contact, all those different things. So, a little bit of a different lineup. I would imagine if Ref Snyder's in there tomorrow, and I would imagine that he will be, he's first base, DH, maybe he's in right field. That could be it. Anthony sits, maybe Myers at third base against a lefty. There's a lot of different things right now that Alex Cora can do. George, Fleming is really good. Think you're talking about Will Fleming. Love the radio booth. I love both sides, TV and radio, for the Red Sox. I really do. Red Sox diehard. We've got momentum, baby. I used to do college baseball on the ESPN networks, and we talked about momentum one time, me and my broadcast partner, I think it was Wes Clements. And, we got chastised because momentum in baseball is not a thing. Guess what? It is. It is. Dismal offense. Come on, Sox. Bob, you take the win, you run with it. Sometimes you got to win low-scoring games. Last week, a lot of high-scoring games, a lot of runs on both sides. This week, you've got some pitching. And you show, hey, it's one thing to show the fan base that you can win low-scoring games and one-run games and close, tight ball games. They played in a ton of them this year, an absolute ton of them. But you've got to show yourself, too, because it becomes demoralizing after a while that you're in that stretch of like, oh, no, another low-scoring game. Here you go. You ready? 25 of the last 40 games decided by 1 run or 2 runs. 25 of the last 40. So you're in a lot of games, and in a lot of those games, you weren't winning. But now you put it together. I believe he leads the league in innings pitched. Who are we talking about there? I may have missed one there. They had the word set up too many times in the beginning of that ad read. All right, I'm not sure we're going there, Austin. Getting me off track. Allie, got to get back to the ballpark. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. It's a good win. Again, you've got to win low-scoring games too. Crochet kept you right there 1-0. Didn't last. Gave up the run in the 9th inning on a home run. Only second game, Duran didn't start. Needs some rest to stay healthy throughout the season. George, agree with you 100%. Said it last year. And the only 2 games he missed last year, yeah, because of a suspension. Austin, be interesting to see what the team does once Brett Willier come back. Bregman. Yes, but again, things have a way of working themselves out. That's maybe not until next week. Jan, this is finally fun. It is. It's been fun over the last few days. This is what the Red Sox are capable of. Not for 1 week. I want to really see this through the All-Star break, which is not that far off at this point in time. Austin. Moved his locker between Bregman and Duran. Yes, that's Anthony. Thank you, Austin. I thought it was Duran, but I wasn't sure, and I didn't say it out loud. I didn't trust myself there. But yes, this is finally fun. This is what this team is capable of. These were the projections from spring training into the start of the regular season back late March. I'm not saying they have to win 4 out of every 5 games the rest of the way through the All-Star break. But this was a stretch last year. There was a game where, they were basically 10 games over 500. Bregman possibly coming back before the All-Star break. Tanner Houck might be out on a rehab assignment. You talk about Wilyer and Alex Bregman coming back. How about some of these pitchers coming back as well? Because, again, I think as you bring back these pitchers, maybe Dobbins is suited for the bullpen, a 2-inning guy like Whitlock. And I almost feel like as you're getting some of these bullpen guys rest, Slayton comes back. Weissert is in a real good spot right now. Maybe Slayton becomes that second closer as well. Trade with the Twins. You've got Jorge Alcara, I believe it is, out of the bullpen now. Say that to say this. I wish Brian Van Bell, added to the 40-man roster earlier this week, did not appear in any games, designated for assignment with that trade being completed by the Red Sox and Twins after Wednesday's game against the Tampa Bay Rays. What happens with Brian Van Bell over the next couple of days? He's out there, designated for assignment off the 40-man roster. Maybe he's willing to go back down to AAA. Maybe they're able to outright him, and he goes back to AAA with the Red Sox, and maybe he gets another opportunity. But that's a guy who is knocking on the door to the big leagues. Great with AAA Worcester this year, and got to the big leagues, got to the 40-man roster, got to the active roster, but did not get in a big league game to make his debut, but had a 5-1 record, ERA under 2.5 this year in 12 games at AAA with the Woo Sox. And I hope he gets to the big leagues here at some point. I don't know that Brian Van Bell, again, he's 28, pitched in college at Miami. I don't know that there's got to be a team out there who's willing to take, just put him there and get him on the 40-man roster, see what he can do for you in the big leagues as well. What are we doing? What's on tap for us? Game 2 of the series. Rodon and Dobbins, 7:15 Fox Saturday night, Sunday matinee, 1:35 Fried and Bayo, and Bayo's going to have to pitch well. He's got to match zeros with Max Fried the best he can. So you get 2 more lefties in this series. Then it's on the road for 9. Seattle, San Francisco, and Anaheim. Mariners, Giants, a lot of late nights, and the Angels starting on Monday. We're going to be back with you on Saturday night within minutes of the final out with our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast. And as always, we tip our cap to you for being with us. We thank you for being with us on this Friday night, talking about a 10-inning walk-off victory for the Red Sox. Lots to like. Lots to celebrate. Let's see if they can make it 4 in a row on Saturday. Locked On Red Sox postcast, number one place to hang out immediately after every game. Locked On Sports, your team, your Red Sox, every day.